I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order and welcome everybody here. Don't think we've ever run out of chairs before, but it sure looks good, and we sure couldn't fit all them football players in here. So glad to have all of you with us, and we're going to try to get through this. We got a pretty well-packed agenda. Got a special treat to start with, and we're going to go ahead and get this meeting started. I'll call the commission board together at this time, and the mayor can call his board.
This time I call the town council to meeting to order. If everyone would please rise. Gentlemen, if you have a cap on, please take it off as we get ready to do our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as Mark will do our invocation, please.
Let us pray. God, we just thank you for this opportunity you've given us. Thank you for this beautiful day. We just thank you for this beautiful place that you've allowed us to be a part, and we just thank you for this opportunity that you've given us to serve in this capacity. Lord, we just pray that you would watch over all of us that are serving and all those that we serve. We just ask that you would continue to lead, guide, and direct, and to bless this community. And we thank you for our youth, our old age, and everywhere in between. We just thank you for all you do. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Something like that. All right, we do have an agenda. Y'all can sort of follow along if you want to on the screens. And at this time, I would entertain a motion from the county board to approve the agenda.
Second.
Moving a second to approve the agenda. All in favor, make it known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. 5-0, 4-0. There we go.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Scoot over
This time we'll bring in these fine young men right here along with the coaching staff. Javier, who is here 10 minutes early today, that's great. Smile out, turn around. Spread out right here, guys. Spread out right here. Line up. Some of you can take a knee right here in the front. Take a knee in the front. Paige, you come over here. Adam, come over here, please. Take a knee in the front. Take a knee. Well, you can sit down. There you go. Folks, it is a rare treat that we have such a great opportunity that was given to these young men. This is your 3rd and 4th grade youth football team. Get up here, Randy Murphy, be part of this too. Randy is the coordinator of the Youth Football League up here in Alleghany County. These young men right here represented Alleghany County, went to West Wilkes High School on Saturday. They were the #1 seed, undefeated, and won their Super Bowl 20-0 over Wilkes Central. It is the first time in Alleghany history that a team has went undefeated and went all the way to the Super Bowl and won it. And this makes what, our 2nd Super Bowl?
This group?
First group. This is the first time for this group that they won it.
Yeah, we've had one other.
One other team to win it. So it's very, very hard. And one of them sitting right over there on the corner right there. Michael Love, Joey Lyons, Robbie Todd, Eric Ramirez, Brent Pugh, who's also back here in the back. A lot of other folks spent a lot of valuable time coaching these young men up. This is something to be very, very proud of. So guys, smile. Moms, get your cameras out, take a great picture. And everybody out there on live TV, this is your 3rd and 4th grade Trojan Championship undefeated team. our Trojan team.
Let me say something before they walk
JD.
out here. Look here. If they've done that in elementary school, what are they gonna do in high school?
We plan on winning. One's not enough, right? Now, here's the other thing. A lot of these guys have been to the Super Bowl three times already. For 3 years, they were undefeated. Won every regular season game. We just couldn't get over that hump. Well, this year, we're over the hump. We're no longer hunting, we're the hunted. So now, there we go.
One of
We're
the
the
things,
champs.
these guys here, they had 6 points scored on them all season.
6 points. Only give us 6 points all year long.
That was the
Amazing.
first game.
Amazing. All right, there you go, guys. That's your moment in the sun.
All right, guys.
We still have trouble getting a single file line, and that's okay.
They're used to groups of 11.
Right, yeah. Which one's that? 48. Oh, I got it.
So if you're the parents of these and you don't want to stick around for the joint meeting, you're free to go too.
Tail hanging out. Put you to sleep. Now what? He's third grade.
Wesley?
And we'll give them just a moment to clear out.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, moving on. We're doing good. How about you? Good.
I thought I was very late.
Oh, nah, you're good.
All right.
He woke up Saturday morning at 7 o'clock.
Well, we still got a lot of streetscape. Yeah, streetscape, yeah.
That's the most we've had in here in a long time.
Thank you.
So as we continue our meeting right here on behalf of the town of Sparta, I'd like to bring up Mr. Country Gold, Mr. J.D. Higgins, if he'll come up here to the podium, please. I'll run through this as quickly as I can for you, J.D. This is a resolution from the town of Sparta for appreciation to J.D. Higgins, Mr. Country Gold. Whereas the citizens of the town of Sparta in Alleghany County, North Carolina, wishes to acknowledge and express appreciation to J.D. Higgins, a native son of Sparta and Alleghany County. And whereas the citizens of Sparta do hereby extend this expression of our appreciation for his service to our community as a former town council member and as a distinguished community leader. And whereas J.D. has put down the microphone after 24 years of hosting J.D.'s Country Gold every Saturday morning on WBRF FM radio in Galax, Virginia. And whereas for over 3 decades, J.D. produced live Grand Ole Opry-style shows, including 10 years of producing the Del Reeves Homecoming Show, held in the Sparta School Auditorium. And whereas J.D. has always been a great ambassador for Sparta and Alleghany County. And now, therefore be it resolved by the Town Council of Sparta and on behalf of all the citizens of Alleghany County to express deep gratitude and sincere appreciation to native son J.D. Higgins. In witness thereof, I, Wes Brenniger, Mayor of the Town of Sparta, have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the official seal of the Town of Sparta this day, October 29th, 2018. J.D., we'd like to present you with a key to the city
Thank you, sir.
and this resolution for your enjoyment.
Thank you very much. And I just wanted to, a few days ago I met a girl. I was down in Elkin, and I met a girl in Elkin. And, of course, I'd never seen her before, and got to talking to her, and she's telling me that she was living in Sparta. And I said, oh, well, now, you're getting close to my home ground up there. I said, she told me what her name was, which now I don't remember, but I said, where did you come from? She said, I've been in Sparta about 2 months. She said, I moved in there from Chicago. And I said, well, how do you like living in Sparta? She said, I love living there, but I just don't like to have to go off the mountain to get things. Well, I said, honey, let me tell you this. I said, we don't have all the Walmarts and the Kmarts and that kind of thing. But I said, let me tell you something else we don't have. I said, we don't have all the crime and that a lot of these other bigger places have. And I said, as you'll find, Sparta and Alleghany County is an awful good place to live. It's an awful good place to raise a family. I've tried it for several years, and it's worked awful good for me, and I thank you folks.
Thank you. Go.
Excuse me, miss. All right, good job.
All right, at this time, we do have some presentations to the board. We'll start with item A is Katie Heddleman, and I believe Sarah Dalton may be coming with her to share about the, Katie's going to be talking about chamber, and Sarah will be addressing Authentically Alleghany marketing program. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Mayor. Thank you for having us tonight to be a part of this joint meeting. A lot of exciting things happening in town at the Chamber, at our Visitor Center, and I wanted to share a couple things that we're working on. First, our annual banquet, Chamber Banquet, is November the 17th. It's at Old Bow Country Club. Tickets are on sale at the Chamber. We would love for you to come and join us. It's going to be a wonderful night of celebration, celebrating some wonderful individuals that participate in our community and make a big difference. And I'm really excited about honoring them on this night. We have a couple different awards, and I just wanted to share them with you. Community Impact Award, we have 2 recipients, the AMH Fundraising Cabinet and the Alleghany Wellness Center. Community Spirit, Barbara Halsey. Young Professional of the Year, Whitney Ivy. Business of the Year, CarQuest, Mr. Roger Schote. And Lifetime Achievement, Tom Burgess. So please come buy your tickets. It's going to be a great night to celebrate these individuals who give so much to our community. Next, I'd like to talk about our gift certificate program. We have a new design and a new way. It's really exciting. I don't know if you know, but we sold over $25,000 of gift certificates last year, and they're all spent at our chamber businesses. So I've already sold $15,000 for this year with the county and with NAPCO. So I encourage everybody to come in. We did partner with Authentically Alleghany. We wanted to incorporate our brand, and we just think it's a great gift. So if you need a gift for somebody that's really hard to buy for, go ahead and come and purchase them at the chamber. We have $10 and $25 increments. And Mike, the next slide. When you purchase a gift certificate, you'll get a brochure, and you'll see the participating chamber members that you can redeem them at. So Sparta, it's time for Sparta Magazine. We sent out a request for proposal to design and lay out, and we wanted to reach out to our local folks here in Alleghany to have the opportunity to respond to the bid. We had one organization respond, and that's Kate Irvin, so she'll be designing our Sparta Magazine. We're actually going to change the name to the Alleghany County Magazine. And instead of calling it a visitor's guide, it's going to be How to Enjoy Alleghany County. And super excited about this new publication. It's going to really represent who we are and what you can do when you come and visit our beautiful town, and also give you a directory of our chamber members. Also working with me very close is Sarah Dalton with our marketing campaign. So we'll also look and feel like what we've just started working on with our marketing Authentically Alleghany campaign. We are collaborating with the marketing campaign on a daily basis. I know for some, it looks like we overlap and duplicate efforts, and every day we're getting a little bit better at that. But Sarah and I are spending You can come up here, sir. I love working with Sarah. She's incredibly talented and a true gift to our community. Sarah and I are working on a marketing initiative, and we want to create a database of marketing options, including digital and print. And one of the things that we started to work on is the Blue Ridge Fiber Fest. And I'm going to let Sarah speak a little bit about that. I appreciate your time, and it's truly a privilege to be a part of this group and this community.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Mayor, for having us. The Blue Ridge Fiber Fest conducted their first annual event at the Higgins Center this past summer. Over 1,100 people attended the two-day event, and the Blue Ridge Fiber Fest, which is the nonprofit that organized the festival, donated part of their profit to the county for the use of the fairgrounds. The Alleghany Inn reported that 42 of their 64 rooms were rented to Fiber Fest attendees, and the Fiber Fest was such a success that they intend to make this an annual event in our county, with the next event being held on June 7th through the 8th of 2019. This event, like many others, show what a great resource the fairgrounds is to our community. In order to help the Fiber Fest market this popular event, we would like to ask that the town and the county be named the official host of the event. This designation will enhance their marketing and will require no money or work on your part. We would like for you to produce a proclamation from each board to show support for this event. If possible, we would like the proclamations to be approved and signed at your respective meetings next week. Thank you for your time, and if anyone has any questions, we would be happy to take those at this time.
Sounds good. Thanks for your energy, your work, and your efforts. And I think, at least on my part, I don't think we'll have any challenge to support you with that proclamation, because that was a good success, I think, for the community, for the fairgrounds, and a great beginning for what it can be going forward, getting it out there.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think the council will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the list, we have with Sparta Revitalization Committee, Jordan Edwards. Welcome.
Thank you, esteemed board. I'm really excited because I've been out in the public speaking with the chamber hat that I like to wear, but I decided to take it off tonight and put on my SRC hat. So I am actually the Main Street Director for SRC, and I just wanted to provide a quick update on a couple of our annual events that we have coming up. One is our Trunk and Treat event, and it will be this Wednesday at Cross Park from 5 until 6:30. I'm really excited about this event because I heard a lot of feedback that everybody didn't like how it was so candy oriented, but I think Dr. Arnold's office kind of liked that part of it a little bit. So we're trying to make it a little bit more of a festival kind of environment. So we will have games. The Sparta PTO is going to be there as well, hosting some games, and then we will also have the scarecrows from Main Street that were featured at the last Music on Main. They will be there as well. And I would like to thank Brian and the town of Sparta for helping to make that transition to get the scarecrows to Cross Park really smooth, because they're very heavy. We also have the annual Christmas parade coming up on November 24th, and that will be beginning at 2 o'clock. That is also going to be our kickoff day for Shop Small Business Saturday. So be looking for those announcements coming forward. That's going to be a really big jam-packed day for us. And the theme for our Christmas parade this year is Christmas, a Season of Light, which is really appropriate going along with the Christmas in Sparta initiative. And thank you all for your time.
Thank you. I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have to dress up to go trick-or-treating Wednesday? I'm asking for a friend. Tom, you
For a
listening?
friend. We would love to see you all dress up. We do have a costume contest, so I think you all could come up with something really good.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. All right, next on the list is Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, Mr.
Let me interrupt.
Okay, JD.
I just want to say thanks to you folks again, and my intention was, before I left the radio station, my intention was West down there together. And time just ran out. We just didn't get it done. But I want to say to you, I think what a good job that John Miller has done over the years being mayor of Sparta, and what a good job Wes Brenniger is doing today. And thanks again.
Saturday morning ain't the same, that's for sure.
Cheers.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. An update on our Virginia Carolina Water Authority. We have a construction project underway to expand the intake area. And since we started that project a few weeks ago, we've had 2 hurricanes. So set us back a little bit. The first one, we had the coffer dam constructed, and the workers were getting ready to start doing some blasting. And Hurricane Florence came through, took out our coffer dam. So those guys got right on it, got it reconstructed, had everything lined up, ready to go again when Hurricane Michael came through. And but before Michael came through, we did get the blasting done and got the trench ready. So we have, at this point in time, the water line in the river has been installed. And so we're making good progress. And the anticipated completion date of that project will be about July of next year. So we're looking forward to having that project online and having the Water Authority operating up to full capacity. And I want to recognize the members here. John Irwin serves the county commission on that board, Mike James, and Chris and John Brady from the town of Sparta. So we appreciate these guys giving their time to serve on that Water Authority board. Thank you. Next item is an update on our streetscape project. If you were here for the September 18th meeting, continuation meeting, Brian Newman gave, I think, a very detailed update of where that project was and where we were in terms of a project shortfall on funding and some steps that we needed to take in order to move this project along. The biggest item that we were faced with was being able to bid the job. As Brian explained that evening, it was going to be really important with the way pricing has escalated and the competition now for construction that we really needed to be able to bid the job and know exactly what funding requirement we were going to be faced with. Well, we just received the word on Thursday of last week that USDA has approved that request, so we will be going to bid for that job. It'll be advertised this week, and we will be accepting bids on December the 14th, I believe, is the date. So we're very excited about that, and I think that's good news to help us get this project moving on an appropriate basis. I'll be glad to answer any questions, Mr. Chairman.
Questions for Brian?
Anybody on the council have anything?
Thank you, Brian. Looking forward to seeing how those come back in. It's a tough time to bid things right now.
Yes, it is, but I
Not a
think
lot of
one of the,
people out there walking
one
around.
advantage we may have going with this is that we're bidding it early, and contractors that are busy now may be looking for some work there in the early part of the spring when we would anticipate this project would start. So we're very hopeful that that'll be beneficial to us.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have item D is public comments. If there's anyone here would like to address these boards, now would be a time to come and let us hear from you. Seeing no movement, we'll move along to item E. Back to Brian.
I think I've given my report.
Yeah, give it.
Yep, I'm good,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Mike?
I just wanted to give an update. Some of you have heard this already. The adult care center, the assisted living center that's been talked about for a while. Project's still on track. Everyone in Raleigh that needed to approve the plans has done so. Travis now has the approved drawings and designs, all that from Raleigh, but they are going to wait until spring to break ground. So the project's still in process, on its way, but it'll probably be, if they break ground this spring, that would probably be something like May or June of '20 when it's ready to open, something like that. But the project is still ongoing. We look forward. The next step would be pulling the permit, which they'll probably do over the winter sometime. So that project is still on track. And that's all I have.
As we get ready for our town council comments, let me just go ahead and be the first to say, thank God we don't have a traffic light at Crave no more. So that's great. So progress is being made here in our town and in our county. And so I'll say, is any of their council members have anything that they would like to say?
I'd like to thank Katie and her staff on the good job y'all doing with the chamber and Jordan with revitalization committee right there. We appreciate what y'all do.
I just want to say that, once again, I think Katie's a great asset to the chamber. And I also want to say that there are a lot of good things happening. And even though some of them have been painful, like the stoplight and other things, in the end, I think we're all going to benefit and be better off for it.
One thing here, life's full of unknowns. But one thing we do know tonight is this is going to be our last joint meeting with Tom Smith. So, Tom, just a lot of thanks to you for your years of dedication to this county.
Excuse me, Councilman Jones, but the election is not being counted, and my efforts for write-in vote may be successful.
I'll be happy to stand corrected on that.
On behalf of all the town council, Tom, we appreciate your service to our county and for everything that you've done. I know that even that football moment brought back some memories for you, legendary football coach here at Alleghany High School.
Number 10, coming back in for another day.
Hey, my boy is full of getting accolades, I'm telling you. But Millie, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
This may be totally off the subject, but I've known to be off the subject quite often. We had, there's been some discussion out in the community about the old jail cell that sat on the courthouse lawn for a long period of time, and that was part of different festivities, and you'd have your friends locked up, and I spent a disproportionate amount of my time there. It seemed like every year, but it was, and this is off of Facebook, don't know if it's true or not, but I understand that the aforementioned jail cell is over at the transfer facility. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, yes.
And while we're all here together, I know the Historical Society has expressed an interest in dragging that thing out from its repose there and putting it back in some sort of prominent place or to bring it, as part of our heritage and all. And does anybody on the county or the town board, does anybody have any problem with the Historical Society getting this and using it for whatever historical project that they might have?
Well, nothing says welcome like a sail out in front of the courthouse.
Well, I don't.
Tom Smith.
I don't know, exactly.
It's debatable as to who we're going to put in it.
I don't know that they have exact plans for it, but I'm guessing. I just want affirmation. Does anybody care if the Historical Society has it?
I would recommend that we sell it to them for $1.
I would say that would be wonderful. Would the county be willing to do that?
Yeah, with the county, we would have to have it on our agenda and declare it surplus property and dispose of it as such, but...
If you, certainly, we don't want you to break protocol, but certainly if you would handle that, I think that everybody would enjoy that, and the Historical Society would find a good use for it. So we appreciate it. That's
Maybe
all
we
that I
can
have to say.
donate Tom Smith to the Historical Society to go along with that.
Well, and on the Tom Smith front,
You're good to go, man. That's great.
Tom, I was honored to spend many frigidly cold nights standing on the sidelines watching your fine teams win championships and take pictures. So wonderful memories, not warm memories, but wonderful memories.
They could do all of it.
All right. County Commissioners, comments? Start down on that end.
I'd like to remind everyone that the early voting is still ongoing and will continue until the election. So it is a privilege that you do have in this country. It's been paid for with blood, toil, tears, and sweat. I'm also would like to advise everyone that's within the hearing that General Electric Small Business Engines is now hiring in West Jefferson, a business that was open to come into Sparta and was actually going to come here until we turned them down. They are hiring 70 slots with a beginning wage of $17.50 an hour. Once you meet all the qualification and you rise to the highest level, maximum pay is $36 an hour with a bonus yearly profit sharing. They are giving preference to veterans. And Tom, you may be gone, but you will not be forgotten because I'm not going to let them. That's all I have, sir. Thank you.
No comment.
Tom, last week?
He's got a comment. I guess this is my last meeting after all, and I think it's a good tradition that we've had meeting with the two boards. I've enjoyed them very much, and I just want you to know I admire all of you folks and have enjoyed serving with each and every one of you. Let me think. I was going to say something about JD being here, and my Saturday mornings are never going to be the same on the way to the dump of the landfill, and always listen to him. But I'd also appreciate if we could keep the family of Steve Cothran, his family in mind. Most of you knew Steve that passed away this past week. He was a longtime employee at the Alleghany County Law Enforcement Center, and he will be missed. And thank you.
You got anything?
Oh, one more thing, just want to, the Veterans Memorial Sidewalk is done. The time has changed on the ceremony a time or two. It is officially at 2:30 now. There's not going to be a courthouse lawn ceremony. It's going to be down at the church there on 18. They have a ceremony at 10 o'clock that morning, I believe. But I know that the official christening of the Memorial Walk is at 2:30 on Sunday the 11th. So I went by there today. My parents were in town, took Dad over and showed him his brick there, so it's installed. And the one for Cindy's brother was one of the last 2 or 3 they put in the other day. So that is done, and we're glad to have that installed. And just, and kind of in concert with what Tom said, just, there's been a lot of violence in the news in the last week. With the thing in Pittsburgh, there was a shooting at a school in Mecklenburg County this morning. We had a gunshot suicide in the county this morning. So just, just treasure life, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow, so just, we should all cherish life, get out and vote, and do what we can to help our friends and neighbors and loved ones. So that's all I have.
And on that note, cherishing life, I passed out a flyer, and this was something that I was exposed to at the annual County Commissioners Conference. It's a documentary and a kind of a work session afterwards that we're going to hold here. Some folks from the Prevent Child Abuse NC will be coming in, and it will be on the 15th from 12 to 2, and I've got an evening time there if RSVPs show that we need that. It's going to be available. But anybody who deals with teachers, social services, Partnership for Children, all of those will be there. And I just want to get this information out for anybody, if y'all know of anybody who deals and works with or works at daycares or anything to do with children. It's very good information, eye-opening, and it will, I think it will bring some information. This information has been around, the studies have kind of been done for several years, maybe over 20 years, but it's really brought it into focus in the last 2 or 3 years and how to utilize it and gainfully get some eye-opening experiences on what the adverse childhood experiences can actually do for the children's health. And not only there, but they grow up to be adults, and then a lot of the challenges we have as adults, we don't realize it, but they came from things that happened to us when we were children. So it'd be a great opportunity for anybody that works with or cares for children in any way to come out and participate in this.
One more thing I'd like to add before we adjourn here is I'd like for everybody to take a moment, and there's some folks in this room right here that have done an excellent job in lighting our town, and they're sitting back there in the very back, J.B. Boyer and Jeff and Margie, the Christmas lights and the chamber and the SRC, all those folks, everybody's had a hand in this thing. Our town is looking very, very nice, being lit up at night, and through Halloween, it's going to be lit up in orange, and then I think next week for Veterans Day, we're going to try red, white, and blue, and then we'll be doing some Christmas colors here very shortly. Our lighting ceremony for the town is still November 16th, and we want to encourage everybody out there to come out, support our town, come to this lighting ceremony, and let's just have us a great time and a great experience right here. That's it.
I guess if nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moving a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Tom, you in favor of that?
I'll entertain a motion for the town council to adjourn our meeting.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Show of hands. Motion is adjourned.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.